takes me like an hour and a half to get through one NCAA game.
Who doesn't have problems? We all have.
I know, we all have.
That's like my favorite. Me and my significant other, we don't fight.
Yeah,
do you not talk?
That's a lie.
Do you not live together? Like what? We don't fight.
Look,
there needs to be some creative tension at times.
100%.
Another kind of tension.
I've got 99 problems, but a hater ain't one. That's one thing for sure. By the way, we're jacked up this week. Willer and Div 6-10. Warner Russ 10-2.
Yeah.
Steiny and Goo 2-6.
Yeah.
Presented by Jack's Restaurant and Bar. And we're giving away an autographed Klay Thompson jersey today. Listen at 111 with Shasky and I, 511 with Steiny and Guru for your chance, and call the contest line at 415-523-4652. We have this sweet, sweet jersey. Here, let me show you the jersey. Maybe I'll just take this home. I'll rock a Klay jersey. There could be a lot of Klay jerseys. Can't wait to see how many Klay jerseys are out there next season. How many people will be rocking Klay jerseys?
Good question.
How popular would that jersey be? Also, I guess we're giving some bobbleheads away. Klay Thompson limited edition headband. Maybe I'll take this. I'm taking this away.
When did you know that the Niner mystique was gone in the 90s? Like, what did it take for you? Were you still like, we're magically gonna win? Because even during the Garcia era, like I was like, oh, we've got this mystique about us, this power about us. We're gonna win in the playoffs. And then it came to a thudding crash, and by about 2003, I was like, yeah.
So I don't know. I remember the exact play.
Okay.
Dennis Harrison was a head coach. The Niners were playing in Lambeau Field.
Okay.
They were technically still in the wild card race. They were like 4-6 or something like that. Fox had built it up as a big game. Mm-hmm. It's in the morning, and it was either third, fourth quarter, maybe third quarter. And it was a fourth down play. Could have been 4th and 3, maybe 4th and 4. And they ran the most predictable wide receiver reverse to T.O., and he got stuffed. Green Bay took over the ball. The Niners lose. And I'm just like, gosh, this is bad. We're done. We're done. And then the next year, of course, they get rid of T.O. and they lose to the Eagles in week 2, like 42-3.
Yeah, they were terrible.
And I was like, I don't know if we're getting back to. I don't know if we're going to be relevant anytime soon because Green Bay's rolling. Mm-hmm. The Eagles had Andy Reid and the West Coast offense. They're rolling. The greatest show on turf is doing their thing. Tampa Bay with their defense. The Falcons had Michael Vick. I mean, it was bad.
I remember we almost had the Rams beat one year, and Cedric Wilson didn't go down.
Oh yeah,
and
at the Dome in St. Louis.
Yes, the Edward Jones Dome, if I'm not mistaken.
Edward Jones Dome. Yep, there you go.
I remember those ones. I don't know the new ones. And I was like, oh my God, like that's a game you win every single time. Yeah, and we didn't.
And so that to me was like,
okay,
we're gonna. There's a couple like hairy moments, like when Steve Young got hit on Monday Night Football. They go to Jim Druckenmiller. He actually won this first game in St. Louis. Yeah. They beat the Rams, but they were not good that year.
How about the Giants? So, like, when the Giants, they were winning, they're ratting off World Series, and then at what point did you kind of know it was over? Or did you always hold out hope? I think for me, it was about 2018.
Yeah, I mean, Bochy's last year, right?
No.
It was 2019 his last
2019 was
2018. It felt like it was done.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, yeah, we're not. We're done. Yeah. And even 2017, I was like, oh, I don't know. It's getting dicey here. It's getting dicey. That was about it. That was about it for the Giants. And then the Warriors. Are we getting to that point with the Warriors?
Well, I guess that's
starting to feel about that.
What were the like? You're talking about specific moments, but were there overarching organizational things that led you to that?
Well, yeah, you knew it was kind of over. Well, with the 49ers, the transition from the Barterlow to the Yorks. And then the fact that they weren't going to build the stadium in San Francisco. That felt, even though it wasn't dead really until like 2010, but like in the mid-2000s where it's like, man, there's no traction here. There's nothing going on. What's happening? And then you start to see the empty seats. And then you start to see the staleness of the offense. And you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't think we're getting it right. And Terry Donahue was just running the team into the ground. He was terrible.
He was terrible. But then, like, then they got good with Harbaugh. And then I told you, like, my heartbreak, the thump of losing to Seattle the way we did, and losing our best player, one of our best players, Navarro Bowman, and then Cap throwing that interception. It was like, wow, how are you ever going to come back from that? And they didn't. Like, that felt to me, even though I know they were 8-5 at one point the following year, they finished 8-8. Like, to me, that team, it felt like the end of that particular run.
It felt like the end of that run, and then you knew it was the end of the run when they lost to the Raiders at the Coliseum the next year.
No doubt about it.
And C.O. Moore was ready to fight Kaepernick at halftime in the tunnel.
No doubt.
And it was like he threw a pick on the first play of the game. Remember that?
That was worse for me as a fan. Like losing like that was worse to me than like 2017 or 2016 with Chip Kelly. Like losing to Johnny Manziel was a low mark. Like
we stunk.
But that's my
you know
point.
what I'm saying? It's
so
just
I think
right.
going back to this question of like what's harder.
Right.
These big games are hard.
The
you
big games are hard to come.
Them.
You never get over them. We still talk about them to this day. I talk about the losses more so than I talk about the Super Bowl wins, the World Series wins, the NBA Finals. I still talk about the losses.
Like to me, I'm never going to get over the Super Bowl losses to Patrick Mahomes or Flacco, but in particular Patrick Mahomes, and both very unique. And like I'm just coming out of 49er hibernation.
We all are. It's taken us about 4 months to talk Niners.
It was as low as I could feel as a fan.
Walking out of Las Vegas?
It was pretty close.
I'll admit this to you. In the hotel room that night.
I was sad.
I got there and, we ordered Chinese food, right?
No, we went to go get Popeyes. And we waited in line, and then Popeyes was closed, which was the ultimate, like, screw yourself after losing the Super Bowl.
And so...
all I wanted was fried chicken.
Fried chicken. We wanted fried chicken. So we ended up getting Chinese food. And
you didn't have a fork.
Yeah, they forgot my fork, so I had to basically eat it with my hands. It was awful. And then I remember Anna calling me about the Super Bowl, and I started tearing up. And I said, I don't think this team's getting back.
I know.
And it's taken me a lot to ratchet up. And we're going to be at training camp next Wednesday. We're going to be live at the Hilton Hotel in Santa Clara. Come by and see us. We'll have more details on Monday. And I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to set the tone? How are we going to set the tone for another season when we know the regular season? Like, we're going to be hyped up about the Kansas City game, Dallas game. We're going to be hyped up about all these different games, right? But really, it's got a Warrior feel to it to where it may not even matter.
I know.
Because we got to win the big one.
I know.
We're tired of big regular season wins. And so I've been trying to figure out, how do I conjure up the energy to get everybody fired up about another 49er season? When we know, like, damn, Ayuk may not be here. It may be the last year with Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. We don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy and his money.
The pressure.
The pressure is just immense. I think it's the most pressure a Bay Area team has faced since probably the 02 Giants.
I think it's the most pressure a coach has ever had, even more than Kerr. Because when Kerr had Durant, they had already had a championship under their belt.
He was playing with house money.
No doubt. And like Purdy... dude, the amount of pressure on Purdy is almost unfair.
Right.
It's like, hey, while you're making nothing, you better win this one now.
Yeah, you better throw for over 4,000.
Yeah, exactly.
There can't be a drop-off.
Don't be the weak link.
Right. There can't be a drop-off. So the most pressure, and I think it's the most pressure since 02 with the Giants. And I think about that 02 Giants team that went to the World Series against the Angels. Peter McGowan came out, I think, before the season was like, yeah, we put together a team that should be in the World Series.
Well, Dusty
clapped back at him. Dusty clapped back. Was like, hold on, dude. And then you had the Bond to Kent situation in San Diego. And there was so much pressure on Dusty, Jeff Kent, Barry Bonds, that pitching staff.
Rodman's arm.
It feels like 888-957-9570. This is the most pressure on a Bay Area sports team. Because even in 2016, they go 73-9. I'm different. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I walked into that game 7 and said, damn, I just saw something historic. But also, that Warriors team didn't make any excuses, and they played their asses off. Steph Curry was playing on one knee. On one knee. He couldn't shake Kevin Love. The fact that they rallied from a 3-1 deficit against OKC.
Tristan Thompson killed them in the series late. He was destroying
But they came back from a 3-1 deficit, and all the memories of that season, I'm like, all right. And then it was washed away 2 weeks later because we got Kevin Durant. And it was like, oh, game over. But boy, losing the big ones hurts a lot more than just, hey, we're not relevant. Like the Giants right now.
Yeah, but when you're in loser land and you're just walking around the desert, that does suck too. I don't know if it sucks as much and it's not as memorable as much, but it's not great.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm always, it's Super Bowl or bust, it's Super Bowl or bust. Can we say that this season is Super Bowl or bust?
I mean, who else
would disagree with that?
I mean,
there's no Super Bowl or try again.
What other algorithm is there? Yeah, what other?
That has been done to me for the last 2 years.
Make the playoffs.
Yeah, no. I don't even care if the Niners finish second in the division. You sneak in the playoffs. Yeah. It is out here in these streets in San Francisco and the Bay Area. It is Super Bowl or bust.
It's got a college football feel where, like, you better win, and you better win with style points.
Yeah. Oh, it's like
all year.
It's like Tom Osborne in Nebraska. They couldn't get over the hump for so many years. And it was like, we don't care about the Big 8 championship. You better win the Orange Bowl. You better beat Miami. You better win at 90.
But it's like they're a prisoner of their own success.
Yep. Alabama.
Well, and I look at, like, the Guru scoreboard, right? He always says there's a scoreboard, and then there's the Guru scoreboard. And that's what's going to happen this year for the Niners.
Dude, it is. It really is. Let's go to the calls, man.
Yeah,
Sean at Berkeley.